One thing I mention frequently in this podcast is the importance of living through the heart to tap into your highest self, into your inner genius, in order to find and live your true purpose. And by doing so, experiencing the deepest happiness available to you. But perhaps easier said than done. Because even if you're able to overcome the lower energies of the gut and brain consciousness, even if you're able to set them in their proper place as tools of the heart, how do you decipher your purpose in order to make the most of who you are and to experience the greatest joy by living authentically? We'll talk about this in today's episode because it's such a key to finding the deepest meaning of success. This is the Heart Body Business Podcast. Inspiration, tips, and tools for entrepreneurs seeking a more fulfilling type of success. One that stems from exploring and expressing their true passion and purpose and finding healthy ways to do so. All coupled with insights and action items to get a business moving in the right direction. I'm Steve, your host, and I invite you to learn more at heartbodybusiness.com. My dad's a smart guy. As an engineer and inventor, he grew a successful business in the auto industry over 2 decades, so he knew a few things about business and about supply and demand. So when I wasn't sure what I wanted to pursue in college, he encouraged me to think about engineering. He said he was successful in part because he was willing to get good at something others weren't willing to do or couldn't easily do. In other words, he would satisfy demand where there wasn't much supply. Engineering was something relatively few people would pursue, and yet it's something needed by the world. I wanted to be a writer all my life, however, and although I'm good with numbers, no part of me wanted to go into engineering. I decided to take a year off college after my sophomore year to really think through what I wanted. After all, continuing forward in the wrong direction might just as well be going backward. In the end, I followed my passion by pursuing an English major. And while this didn't lead to a specific career as an engineering degree would have, it helped me to build strong general skills that are needed in every business. I ultimately taught English and writing for a couple of years right out of college before moving into a career that has largely hinged around writing, marketing, and teaching in various forms. My dad was right to offer his guidance, to offer the wisdom of his experience. He was also right not to insist, and I was right to follow my inner guidance. Engineering would never have made me happy, and who knows how long I'd have lasted in that direction. Instead, I've been able to do things I'm best at and have helped countless people along the way by doing so. This means I'm happier in my work, and I'm making a bigger impact on the world, which is exactly what we want for everyone and from everyone. The more people we can get living their purpose, the better it is for all of us. But the question is, how do we find that purpose and how do we live it? I'll share 2 resources with you today that approach the answer in different ways, but essentially tell you the same thing. First, I've written a book called Who Moved My Chi that covers a lot of the material discussed throughout this podcast. That is, it explains the 3 consciousness centers of the gut, brain, and heart, which we could also call body, mind, and spirit. And it shows how these tie us to the past, present, and future. While the book goes into more details, essentially, we need to let go of our traumas of the past through forgiveness of ourselves and others, and let go of our desires for the future through patience. Both of these help to bring our energy into the present moment and to properly align our centers of consciousness. This is what allows our inner genius to flow and gives us the power to enact it. And what is this inner genius? It is the power of the universe, its love and its wisdom flowing through the unique configuration of who we are. We're all structured a little differently, which is why the one universal force can take shape in so many different ways through human beings. But we get a weak trickle of this flow at best until we are fully aligned and living through the heart, then the mind, then the body. All three must be strong and must be supported to do their jobs, but they must do them in order if we want to express greatness and enjoy ourselves in the process. Again, forgiveness and patience are two keys here. If you want more details or simply wish to support my work, Who Moved My Chi can be found in print or on Kindle on Amazon. Now, the second approach to this is far more detailed around how you are uniquely built and meant to operate. It discusses 9 centers in the body that are either defined or not defined, already separating you into smaller groups of people with the same definitions. But more than that, it discusses 64 gates within these centers, along with their channels. It discusses colors and lines, giving all of these further nuance. And through all this, it shows how you are uniquely you, truly with your own design and, in my terminology, creating a unique template for the power of the universe to flow through and giving you your genius. This approach is called human design, which is perhaps the most profound system I've come across in terms of showing you in practical terms how you're meant to operate if you want to truly live out your purpose. And just as I talk about being aligned with the universe or not, human design has terminology of the self and not self. Essentially, are you living according to your design, living your life? Or are you living the not self, perhaps trying to fit into society's mold, or living from your fears or desires? In the latter case, you're living someone else's life and will never achieve your reason for being here, which also means never finding the deepest happiness available to you. In fact, in human design, you can't even jump right into your purpose. You have to find alignment or start living according to the self before your purpose even becomes relevant to you. This is similar to the way I talk about needing to gather your power into the present moment and aligning your consciousness in the right way before power and genius can flow through you. So in human design, you start by understanding your build and how from that you're meant to make decisions. And you need to start practicing this, living it, to get life flowing in the right way. In this process, you not only respect yourself more, but you can also respect others more as you understand they have their own way of doing things that is right for them, even if it's not right for you. As you start making decisions in the right way, it's likely you'll start experiencing life differently and literally finding greater success. I'll give you one example. All the experts tell us what we should eat, and they all differ in their opinions. How can this be unless there's something they're not understanding? Human design shows the importance of how we eat, and that different people need different environments or overall experiences of their food. When my wife adjusted her eating style according to her design, she quickly overcame digestive issues that she'd been struggling with for years, no matter what she had tried with her diet. Once you understand the way you're meant to operate, and you start genuinely living this and steering clear of the not self, then human design can take you into what's called the incarnation cross. This is the configuration that speaks to your specific purpose. This doesn't tell you what job or career to pursue. You're still in charge of how you execute your purpose, but it guides you toward what that purpose is. You can get a free introduction to human design through Jovian Archive. Look for the free chart offer on their website or simply click the link in the description. But if you really want to dive into human design, to understand your build and how to stay true to yourself, you can get a full consultation from experts. A caution here, there are those who have simply read some human design books and now charge for consultations online. There are others who have gone through years of training with the official education program for human design, and this is where you're likely to get the most accurate information. If you're ready for this step, I'll offer an obviously biased recommendation, but this is something my wife offers through her website at hearthealthjoy.com. My wife is one of the wisest people I know, with more than 15 years of experience in the health space and a lifetime of experience in spiritual study and personal development. If you're looking for someone who can help to put a lot of puzzle pieces together for you, drawing from her study into many disciplines, this is someone you can rely on. Plus, she's just an incredible person to know. Did I mention that I'm biased? Again, you can find her online at hearthealthjoy.com, and there's a link in the description. Whatever approach you take, however, the bottom line is clear. While it's important to understand society's needs so we can contribute in a meaningful way, we are here to do so in a way that's unique to us. If we follow society's prescription of how to live, we'll never be true to our individual purpose and genius. And ironically, by trying to simply fit in with society, we lose our opportunity to contribute our best to it. Worse than that, by trying to simply fit in, we'll never feel happy, never feel fulfilled, because we're not living what's inside us to live. So we need to overcome our fears, as well as the desires so often inspired by what others have or are doing. We need to overcome our programming, and we need to go deeper inside to do what is right for ourselves. By supporting first what's best inside us, then in the end, we can offer more to the entire world. Till next time, thanks for listening, and if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe. You can also join our mailing list to get alerts on our latest episodes and other tips, tools, and news. Learn more and sign up at heartbodybusiness.com.